Okay, everybody, this is Sadie Hody, Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. This is our Dreaming of Diamond Sunday night team call, and tonight we're talking about how we're going to start our ambassadors strongly, okay? And we're going to talk about that with products and also the business. So I encourage you to take notes. I encourage you to share this recording with all of your teammates when it's available, and hopefully that's tonight. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. You know that I'm pretty forward about my opinions. Obviously this isn't the Bible, right? I'm not telling you this is how you have to do it. This is just what has worked for me. And obviously you've tuned in to hear that message tonight. So I'm excited. So when we're supporting our ambassadors, either that is you're tuning in to learn some tips about how to, get yourself started out strong, or you are interested in supporting teammates. Guys, you might be wanting to just get your products paid for, or you might want to be a diamond. It doesn't matter. You've got to start your people out strong, because the good news is, and the bad news is, their success depends on you. I hate to break that to you. Okay? But it really, really does. Okay? You don't have to be the strongest team leader in America today, but what you have to do is you have to have a heart, you have to care, you have to try. And these tips are going to ensure that they're going to be directed where they need to go. Maybe you are not like, guess what? I just want to get my products paid for. I don't want to support somebody building, a $500,000 business. That's okay, guys. If you follow what I'm saying right now, you're going to get them where they need to go, and that is your responsibility when you sponsor somebody into Plexus. Okay? All right, so we're going to start off talking about the products. Something I want to mention is that my sales coach has told me, and I agree, that your business will grow based on testimonies and rank ups. Okay? Very important for what I'm about to share with you right now. Okay, we can help facilitate people to get their own testimony, but it takes your commitment to their success. And here's how you're going to do it. So when you have new ambassadors, guess what? Maybe somebody joined and they're not upgrading, they're not doing anything like that. They're like, I want to be an ambassador. I want the best price, whatever that looks like. Okay. We treat them as customers. We treat them as people who don't have resources in the very beginning. Okay. We point them to those resources, but we are their main point of contact. Know that, okay? So you need to set expectations when they start. What does that look like? I have so many of my personally sponsored folks or people that lean on me as their support system, as their closest support system, and they say, they're not listening to me. They're not talking to me. They're not this. I always set expectations. Okay? So when somebody jumps on board with you, what you need to say is, I am so excited that you've got started in Plexus. You need to let me know the day that your products arrive so that I can walk you through how to be successful with the products. I do not want you to look at what's on the bottle. I'm not going to send you a cookie cutter chart. Guys, if you're following a cookie cutter chart and it's working for you, ignore everything I just said. But if you aren't, then what I want you to do is treat everybody as an individual. There is no chart that I have found that is able to be copied and pasted to somebody that works for them. Maybe it's my team, but a majority of you are on that said team. So all I'm telling you is we need to pay attention to what's individual and why they started. We treat them as an individual, okay? Let me know when your products arrive. That's the very first thing that you want to know from them. Let me know when your products arrive. Okay, let them know from the beginning. Hey, guess what? I want you to let me know when your products are going to arrive. I also want to let you know that I'm going to be following up with you nearly every day as we introduce all of these products into your life. Once you feel good and once things are going well, I'm not going to be barking up your tree 24/7. But until then, I want to ensure your success. Say it to them. Okay? Because when they go dark on you, if they go dark on you down the road and they're not answering you, you can say, hey, do you remember when I said this? Okay? We want to over communicate in the very beginning. Over communicate. It's crucial. Okay? The other thing is, as a wholesale ambassador with products, you're going to direct them to the closest sponsor of yours team page. Okay? Maybe you're listening to this call and that is me for you. We have a huge team page that they can treat as a search engine for any issues. They can ask questions. Okay? They can search topics. Okay? My sponsor is Jana Brady. She also operates an amazing team page that you can use in the same way. Okay? If you're on my team, you give them my page. Okay? And you also give them Jana's page, okay? If you're not on my direct team, then you give them Jana's page, okay? Whatever your protocol is, that's what we need to do. We point them in the direction of answers, okay? I started as a wholesale ambassador. I did not want anything to do with the business. I was given a ton of resources. I was not given an overabundance of information. There's a difference. We give resources. We point in the direction of answers. Okay, guys? Very, very important. Talk to them daily. Okay? If somebody is starting on the triplex, full disclosure, everybody on here probably knows what that means. You're going to get them going to the bathroom. You're going to maybe work them through some die-off. You're going to be talking to them through some bursts of fatigue. You have to do it every day. Especially if these people are your dream teamers. You owe it to them. This is important, okay? Maybe you start them on something that isn't as, touchy-feely as a gut health regimen. Our Slim, which nearly, if you're an ambassador, I would say 95% or 99% of ambassadors start on Slim. That's a gut health thing too now, guys. We're targeting that. When we target gut health, it takes some TLC. Got to be involved in that. Right? If you're sponsoring people into the business, it's just part of the deal. Okay? All right. The last thing I'm going to tell you when you are introducing somebody, just, the products to somebody as a wholesale ambassador, convenience order is not negotiable. Okay? Maybe if you're on my team, you've heard me say this 52 million times. We are on 52,000,001. Very necessary for success. Okay? Critical. If you don't understand that, we can take it offline. This is not a convenience order call. I already did that a couple weeks ago, and I yelled at you about that. But guys, convenience orders are critical for success. When I started, I did not want to miss products. It was not even like a concern of mine to leave it on. It had to be on. It wasn't even something that I questioned. If you feel your wording is not solid with that, role play with your sponsor, role play with a buddy, role play with the sideline sister or brother, okay? Very important. I got two guys on here. I'm trying to, Tom and Casey, I'm here for you. I said brother. I did it. You're included. I love you. Okay. So guys, very, very critical. I have a YouTube video about how to start somebody out with success on the products. Something to maybe look at if you're maybe, you want the reinforcement of kind of that language. It's on my YouTube channel. Okay, so when we're starting somebody out in the business, I'm assuming that you're doing everything I just mentioned. What moves the business forward, your business forward? Testimonies and rank ups. If somebody is not successful in the products, there is a really slim chance that they're going to build a business. We have to get them feeling energy. We have to get them feeling good. We have to get that overall sense of wellness. Everything has to be positive. You get it, right? When they're starting for the business, the first thing after they sign up and you're so excited and they want to get their products paid for, maybe you've talked to them about that. Maybe they want the business. Maybe whatever the flavor is of you introducing the business to them. And by the way, you should be doing that. Okay? Welcome call with sponsor. Not negotiable. Very important, because it gives some third-party validation to everything you've been sharing with them, everything that's been going on, okay, with what you've been talking to them about. Maybe you've shared some videos. Maybe you've shared some testimonies. Third-party validation with a human being, a live person on the phone, is necessary. Very, very important. Here's another reason why. When I'm doing a welcome call, I can say things that you, as their sponsor, might not feel confident to share, okay? Might not feel confident to bust out with the business. Maybe you're sponsoring your very best friend who you think is fabulous, who you see as a diamond, who you see is amazing, but you have not had the courage to share that with them. Welcome calls allow for the opportunity for that, okay? Very, very, very important. Also a convenience order. I'm not going to go back to my prior rant in the last section about that. Very important, okay? If you're building a business with Plexus, this is everybody listening to this call right now. You know I get in your face. If you are listening to this call and you do not personally have a convenience order set up, message me privately and I'm going to yell at you privately about this. Highly important for your success. Okay, 85% more success in the business and the products with having it on. Okay, that's the last thing I'm going to say. Okay, so when we're getting somebody started for the business and we want them to be successful, okay, what are we going to do? We're going to get them on that welcome call immediately. We're going to have already set up their convenience order. They're going to be good to go, okay? With setting up their convenience order, obviously as an ambassador, they're going to have access to their back office. Awesome, right? Is the company taking us to new levels with support? Yes. We're going to work smarter and not harder. We're going to send them to resources that have already been established for us. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about team ones, but I'm going to also talk to you about company ones, guys. Okay, so, we've got Lexi. Have you guys done Lexi yet? Are y'all aware of Lexi? Lexi is a virtual assistant. Amazing. You guys know I'm totally transparent. I don't know much about Lexi. Don't worry, Katie. I don't know about it either, but I could, but I don't. But there are several people, you guys, it is a virtual assistant. You can share it for your customers. It is really an extension of your business acumen, right? Your business process. So if that is something, if you're a busy individual and you're in the United States, I want you to really look into Lexi. I want you to reach out to me or Upline about getting onto Lexi if you feel like you're kind of feeling overwhelmed and you need some business support in that realm, okay? Same thing goes for these new ambassadors that are going to join your team. If they are busy, you say, look, we've got all these things. I'm going to iron this out for you. I'm going to get you started. I'm going to give you a solid 30 days. Lexi can be part of that, guys, okay? All right. So when we get them started, we're automatically introducing them to the team page, okay? If you're on my team, same thing, just applied with everything I said with somebody starting with the products. We get them into the team page. We share with them the resources on there. We tell them to use it as a search engine, but we also tell them to get super involved on the team page, okay? If you're on my team, depending on the level, I know that you may have other team pages, but if I'm pretty close to you, also share Jana's with them. It is a great resource, and she does a great job of really kind of adding different content. I really try to add some different content than she's adding so that you guys aren't getting all of the same kind of stuff, okay? When we're helping somebody get started strongly in the business, in our minds, I want you to think about this. We're going to give them a solid 30 hard days with them, okay? And I want to share with you why. There is a rule called the 50-30-20 rule, okay? And what that means is this. As an ambassador, as a team leader, as their sponsor, you're going to segment your time in this 50, 30, 20%. 50% of your time is spent on prospecting business. It is finding new runners. It is working on your own book of business. It is developing yourself personally. It is anything that is going to bring success and foundation to your personal business. Okay, that's a big number. You're probably surprised I shared that. 50% of your time needs to be on that. Okay. 30% of the time needs to be spent on new ambassadors in their first 30 days. Okay? So second to your business needs to be spent on getting people started in a solid 30 days of your time and effort. Okay? And the last 20% are runners on your team. I've got about 30 runners on my team that I do. I try to do a good job of really just connecting with them and supporting them and supporting their team leader. Okay. So 50, 30, 20. Okay. The reason that I bring that up is that we're giving these new ambassadors 30 solid days. We are providing them resources. We're asking them to put us in three-way communications. We're asking them to put us in three-way conversations with people. Maybe they're over the phone. We're training them. We're giving them opportunities to, get, videos that you think are really important, things that helped you when you started out. That's how we're going to get them started. We point them toward resources. Same thing with the products. Okay. As a team leader, pay attention to what I'm about to say. This is good. You don't have to have all the answers, but you have to be willing to find the answers. That's what makes a good team leader. Okay? Maybe somebody is joining your team and they say, I don't have all the answers. I don't want to share because I just don't have any of the knowledge that you have. And you say, if you're willing to help somebody find the answers, you're equipped. That's all you need. I dropped a bomb on you just then. No more excuses about needing more information, right? You help them find the answers. You provide resources, period. Okay? Guys, I have a YouTube channel. I've recorded several things that say, I'm a new ambassador. I need blank. Okay? Go to my YouTube channel. If you like them, share them. If you don't like them, re-record them for yourself, but use what I say as a guideline. Okay? This is your business. You have the ultimate freedom. But some of these things have been done for you, so see if you like those. Okay, on our team and on team one, I provide a call every single Sunday night. You're on it. Share it with them, right? This is going to add value. About every 4 to 5 weeks rotation out, we're going to do a new ambassador training. Okay. I may be changing that because Jana is actually doing a Wednesday boot camp for new ambassadors every single Wednesday. Okay. She loved it. And I'm going to see what the content is. So maybe we can point people there, but either way, you've got 2 opportunities for self-learning that you can point people to. Okay. When we're starting somebody in the business, the most important thing is caring, being invested, helping them. Okay? Give them 30 solid days. Tell them to lean on you for 30 days. Well, you don't have to say just 30 days, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? You want to be there for them. You want them to lean on you. You don't want them to feel like they're out there and they don't have resources. Okay, we've got a ton of resources. I'm going to recap because obviously the business is something that has transformed my life. And I know if you're on this call, this is kind of a major part of where you want your support to be tonight. So I'm going to say it again. When somebody comes into the business, what we're going to do immediately is we're going to get on a welcome call with them, with sponsor, or closest person working the business. Maybe your sponsor isn't available, but you can jump up a level. Okay, got a lot of resources on this team. Gosh, we are so blessed, right? Yes, we are. Okay, we're going to get their convenience order on during setup. We're going to let them know that that's going to make them more successful in the business and with the products. Okay? We're going to add them to the team page. We're going to acclimate them on the team page. We're going to understand that we're going to give them a good, solid chunk of time to run with them. Okay? 30% of our time is going to be spent on all of our new ambassadors within the first 30 days. We're going to point them toward resources and training. Okay? Lots of resources in our team page. Lots of, we're on a very large team called the Darby team. Lots of resources there. Okay? Here's what I love about Plexus. This goes for products too. I'm about to drop something big. Ready? We can always give more information, but if we give too much, it can be overwhelming at the beginning. Nugget them. Okay? That goes for potentials when you're messaging them. Here's a total additional training. When you're talking to somebody about Plexus, when you're sharing in a message, when you're dealing with potentials, it is so easy to give more information because if they want more, they're going to ask for it. And you're probably going to say, did I answer everything for you? Do you need anything else? It's super hard to dial back when we've given too much. So we add them to the team page. And typically what I do, I operate a leaders thread. And I say, hey, I know you've wanted to get your products paid for. Is this some kind of support that you'd be interested in? And they're going to answer yes or no, right? We have to go off what they say. So resources are available as they want more. That is such a blessing. We have trainings every single week for these new ambassadors. We have challenges. The thing that I love about our team page is that I try to do a lot of challenges that will center around the business, but also centers around people understanding themselves, personal growth, right? And that's all a part of business success, okay? So remember, our weekly team call is on Sundays, and Jana does that weekly boot camp training on Wednesdays. So that's a great thing. If somebody is super busy, you say you need to give me 20 minutes a day. You talk with them about what their daily method of operation will be, right? That's going to include posting. That's going to include some personal training. Maybe they can weave in some of these things that the team already has established, okay? And it's going to be about reaching out to people. Super easy, all right? So I hope that helped about getting people started. I hope you took some notes about maybe some things that maybe we're missing, or maybe it's reinforcing what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to unmute everybody. And if anybody has questions, you guys know I'm up for that. I love that. And we can kind of do a question and answer if that works too. All right, go ahead, Katie.
What do you mean by when you say people, you said testimonies and rank ups. What do you mean by rank ups? What are you saying? We share everyone's rank ups that we know about?
I mean, I think it's a great idea. So I mentioned that when we were talking about supporting ambassadors, because what we do when we support, obviously, their business is we facilitate their rank up. We help facilitate their rank up with their own effort, obviously. And obviously, when we help them get started off on the products, we're creating their own testimony. So when we can facilitate that inside, right, they're ranking up. They've got their own testimony. We're maybe talking to them about what those non-skill victories are. But yeah, from a standpoint of your own personal business, I truly believe you talk about the success in Plexus as much as possible. You edify people on your team, right? You make a post about somebody in your downline. You get on their wall and you talk about what they're doing. Because when you can do that law of attraction about what's happening and a buzz and an excitement, it doesn't only work for potentials. It works for your team. It works for you, right? When I'm talking about what everybody's doing, I'm like, oh my God, really can't be stopped. I'm like freaking out. This is amazing. And I love to do that. So I think that when we really focus on the testimony side, right? Oh, I just talked to so-and-so. They're feeling great. Vital Biome has changed everything for them, whatever that is. And then also talk about rank ups. And guys, it doesn't even have to be rank ups. Hey, so-and-so got 500 PV. This is the first ever done. Oh my gosh, she's a rock star, right?
Are you just doing that on like the team pages, or do you recommend saying that on your own personal page? Like, oh my goodness, Melissa got 500 PVs this month. Would you say that only on your personal Facebook where all your friends can see, or just in sex-related posts?
No, my team knows I talk about everything they're doing as much as I can. I mean, I really, a lot of times we'll have things that they can earn. So what I like to do is, I'll make, it'll be team. You might have another team leader, but if I'm doing the promotion, then I'll make a graphic and put it on their wall and talk about how big of a deal it is. I really like to do that. Sometimes as my team was growing, I don't do it as much anymore. I don't know why. I just haven't been consistent with it, but sometimes I'll talk about, TV. And if I have a certain team size, right? I say, this is the top 10 PV on a team of 1,000 people. Number represents 0.25% of my team. They are elite. Can help me congratulate them. I love doing that because what I think is, number one, it's true, right? And I love sharing facts. But two, anytime we can really call it out, because guess what? Sometimes people are going to be on that PV list that aren't going to be on that team building list because it's just not on their radar. And that's okay. That was me for a long time. I think I had like a 3,000 PV or something crazy, but I couldn't even tell you how to get an ambassador. I don't even know. I was like, I don't know what that is. And then obviously it switched, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when we can talk about any of that kind of stuff is great.
It's good for their friends and family to encourage them too. Oh, good job.
Yeah. And they see that they've chosen to do something that they're being recognized in, right? We all want recognition. It's that fear of failure that will stifle us. But when we can get positively reinforced, I think that things start to change and shift. And we're not as afraid of failing. That's what I think.
Thank you.
Sure. Anybody else? No? I'm going to stop recording, but we can keep